Looks like a Chinese Jiangwei-class cruiser with a North Korean destroyer escort. Events in the Yellow Sea took a turn for the worse today when North Korean and Chinese forces blockaded and boarded a Japanese cargo ship. The North Korean government released no official statement, and their ambassador remained out of contact. While at the UN, Chinese Ambassador Long Dan urged the U.S. and her longtime Japanese allies to remain calm, calling the blockades a legitimate response to what the rest of Asia views as a possible remilitarization of Japan. This blockade is an act of war. The NSC is working on a formal response, and they've ordered the USS Walsh to close at flank speed. The Walsh is the most advanced spy ship in history. My best man will be on board. What do you know? Chinese and North Korean ships working together again.
It's what we expected.
That's a 056 prototype, Chinese.
Exactly.
How are your sea legs?
I haven't lost them.
Good. Because the 056 prototype isn't the only new fish in the pond. Admiral Toshiro Otomo, head of Japan's newly formed Information Self-Defense Force, had this to say.
This is another distressing attempt by China and North Korea to further depress our faltering economy. The I-SDF and Japan appeal to our allies for the military support promised us under the post-war constitution of 1946.
The fact remains that in the eyes of many in Asia, the I-SDF itself is a violation of the post-war constitution, prohibiting Japan from maintaining a military force capable of striking beyond its borders. In Asia, the memories of Imperial Japan are still fresh.
I'm afraid I have no recollection of that, Senator.
That's right. It has been a while.
Nice condom you got here.
Well, thanks. I got a space set up for you in the forecastle. You can make yourself to home and, no one will even know you're here.
Fisher, an American engineer named Bruce Morgenholt has been kidnapped by a Peruvian separatist group called the People's Voice. Their suspected leader, Hugo Lacerda, is a hardcore revolutionary preaching information warfare as the only realistic means to achieve revolution in modern society. We need you to get in there and recover or destroy any information Morgenholt may have been forced to divulge, and if possible, rescue him. As for Lacerda, he's just been bumped onto our target of opportunity list. So if you have a shot, take it.
Hostage rescue isn't normally our bag, but Morgenholt was part of Project Watson, the UN committee that studied Philip Masse's handiwork after Georgia. Some people are worried that this kidnapping is just a cover-up, and that Morgenholt is being interrogated for classified information about the Masse Kernels. Fact is that some of the tricks Masse came up with could be used to do a lot of damage. We need to contain that information at all costs.
The target area is a lighthouse attached to an abandoned Spanish colonial-era fortification and some nearby structures. We don't have an exact location on Morgenholt, so you'll have to find him yourself. Insertion will be at night by Zodiac onto the beach beneath the fort. Thermal imaging shows that there are some old natural and semi-natural caves under the fort, so you may be able to use those for infiltration.
All right, Fisher. The helicopter will drop you a few kilometers offshore in the Zodiac. You'll have one of my Zodiacs and logistical support in and out of the target area. Extraction will be by helicopter from the top of the lighthouse.
Displace International holds the contract with Wright Pritchard Technologies to protect their VIPs in potentially hostile situations. We did a thorough threat evaluation for their project in Peru, and we accepted the VIP detail on Morganhold. The guys who came after him knew what they were doing. This was not a tourist grab. I lost 3 good men in the snatch, and I'm currently preparing a rescue plan for approval from Morganholt's family and Wright Pritchard. This is going to cost Displace a lot of money.
Hearing gunfire down there, Fisher. Everything all right?
It's coming from up ahead, but Lambert. And I think Gorilla. I think Kalashnikov.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired at me in my time to tell you that wasn't one.
All right. See if there's anything unusual going on with their equipment. Keep us posted.
Look, there's some kind of old breach there. You know, I heard that smugglers used to use these old doors. Smugglers? See, they probably had all sorts of secret passages and tunnels down here. Come on. Whoa, careful! It's safe, don't worry. Where are you going? Careful! Maybe it's not safe. Don't be a fool! Hey! You still there?
Didn't anyone ever tell you that spelunking is dangerous?
Oh no! You're going to kill me, right?
Only if you say the word monkey. Now tell me something I want to know.
Ammunition and medical supplies. Check around inside the keep. They have tons of stuff in there.
Some of you guys are real helpful. Why do you have to work for the bad guys?
You're the American oppressor. You're the bad guy.
Are you gonna say monkey?
What? No!
Then this conversation is over.
I think you're right about the equipment, Sam.
Yeah? They got themselves a little stockpile of high-tech kit here.
Try and find out where they got it. See if those crates have SSCC
Hey,
barcodes
stop
on
fooling
them
around and
scan
put the
them
lights
with
back
your
on.
EEG.
Nice piece. Where'd you get it?
Oh God! I don't know! I really don't know!
That's bad news for you, then.
I'd tell you if I knew! I swear, please don't kill me!
Fine. If you don't know where the guns came from, then tell me something else that's useful.
Morganhold! Morganhold! You must be here for him! He's in the room just ahead. I think they're torturing him.
Torturing him, huh? Thanks for the info.
Fuck!
The SSCC code is lot 1 of 5. See if you can find the other 4.
I'll do my best. next.
No! Don't you think he's had enough?
He's had enough where he can't talk.
Talking? Madre de Dios, he hasn't been able to speak for an hour.
He could be faking it.
What's that? Tommy, what's wrong with this thing now? Give it a bang. That usually works. Spoken like a true technician. I ain't touching it.
It doesn't sound too good down there, Fisher.
The sound isn't the problem. You should smell it.
Houston,
You're sure he's dead?
What's up?
Deader than Elvis.
All right. Leave the body. We still need to recover any traces of the interrogation. Grim will call you back.
I already don't like you. Don't make it worse for yourself.
Who are you?
Shut up. Why did you torture Morgan Holt?
Lacerda told us to.
Why? What does he want to know?
Math problems. Programmer stuff. I don't get it.
You're just the stupid one who likes to hurt people, huh?
Exactly.
Can you think of a reason why the world wouldn't be a better place without you?
Please. I
didn't think so.
Fisher, I said leave the body. We don't have the means to extract him.
Just because he's dead doesn't mean I need to leave him here hanging like a piece of meat.
Don't get too connected, Fisher. I need you to stay rational.
You can spare 30 seconds for some simple dignity.
Sam, it's Grim. We need to make sure that whatever Morgan Holt might have told them about Masse's algorithm never leaves this site.
Okay,
I detected a wireless link coming from the technician who left the room before you entered.
so I'll need to recover any data he might have uploaded to their servers.
Exactly.
From the looks of it, these guerrillas have a pretty temporary setup. Seems unlikely they have any kind of alarm system on location.
Good. Hi there. You look important.
I am loyal. You will get no information from me.
Really? It looks like you forgot to shave this morning. Let me help you out a bit.
Huh? You can't! Hey, what are you doing? Okay. What do you want to know?
I'm looking for Lacerda. He's been behaving very badly lately.
Well, you're wasting your time, American. He left on a boat an hour ago. He could be anywhere by now.
I guess I'll just have to follow him then. Don't worry.
There was
He
something
won't slip
there
away.
just a moment ago.
I think that confirms it, Fisher.
Yeah, seems like Lacerda's long gone.
Let's see if we can track him through Echelon. Don't worry about him for now. We'll keep you posted.
There.
That's 4 of the 5 crates, Sam.
Moving around out
Your
there?
eyes peeled for the last one.
Don't know who. That's why I'm worried. I'm gonna kill you!
Why did you torture Morgan Holt?
Lacerda! He wants algorithms. Some kind of computer algorithm.
What does a second-rate communist revolutionary want with a computer algorithm?
I don't know. I don't even think Lacerda knows. I think someone might have hired us.
What makes you think that?
I don't know. Lacerda! He's been making lots of deals. Something's going on. I don't know what.
But you don't know who he's been talking to.
No!
And you're not much good to me anymore.
That server is the one that the tech transferred the interrogation record to. You'll need to access it. Good work, Sam. That wiped whatever information Morganhold might have given them.
Don't they wonder what happened to it?
It was easy enough to make your little intrusion look like a memory allocation error. Don't worry, we give you the best tools.
You look troubled.
Thunderstorms make me nervous.
Why?
I was a boy in Granada when the Americans invaded in '83. My father was in the army. When he realized we could not win, he led us into the mountains with some of his men and all of our families.
And?
The Americans caught up with us one night in the middle of a thunderstorm. A thunderstorm like this one.
What happened?
They struck in the dark. We never heard them, never saw them. They timed their fire with the thunder. The bodies dropped in the darkness. With each flash of lightning, there would be more corpses.
Your family survived?
They left the women and children. No, the Americans are not butchers. But since that night, I have always been afraid of the thunder.
Well, you're scaring me too.
I know. As I said, they are not butchers. Their weapon is fear, and fear does not spread among the dead.
What's going on down there?
I knew you would come! My whole life, I have been waiting for you to come. In the thunder and the darkness, and finish what you began.
What are you talking about?
You are one of them. One of the Americans who killed my family. And now you've come back for me.
I don't think so.
You are worse. I have always known it would end this way. I am prepared to die.
You're freaking me out.
Kill me. I long to see my family again.
Not a trace. What? Is there someone out?
Good work. We can analyze the intelligence you gather from those crates. And make a lot of people's jobs a whole lot safer.
How come no one ever does things to make my job safer?
If you want me to hire some more analysts to interpret information for you, I can do that.
On second thought, the danger's not so bad.
No signs of anything here. happened to the leg?
Evening Star to Maria Narcisa. Come in. Evening Star to Maria Narcisa. Come in.
Maria Narcisa here. Go ahead.
Cargo received, Maria Narcisa. It all checks out.
Roger that. Our crew's aboard, and we have clear turn beacon.
Affirmative, Maria.
Roger that. Maria Narcisa out.
Maria Narcisa.
You're not trying to set me up on another blind date, I hope.
The Maria Narcisa is a boat.
So was the last girl you set me up with.
Fisher.
Sorry.
The Maria Narcisa is a cargo ship owned and operated by Celestina Inc., Portuguese shipping company. Registered in the Philippines, cross-Pacific freight contracts. Lots of details missing.
Sounds suspicious.
Sounds like I'm setting you up for another date after all.
Can't wait to meet her.
Fisher, your primary objectives are complete. Extract you whenever you're ready. We'll need to signal for a helicopter pickup from the top of the lighthouse. Make sure the light is out first.
The body of kidnapped American computer engineer Bruce Morgenholt was discovered in a village in Peru this morning. Implicated in the kidnapping and failed ransom attempt is Hugo Lacerda, alleged leader of the People's Voice, a newly formed guerrilla organization. Here we see the USS Clarence E. Walsh en route to the Yellow Sea for her first assignment amid rising tensions in the region. Dubbed the flagship of a 21st century fleet by Defense Secretary Mason, who reaffirmed America's commitment to our Japanese allies.
It is our hope that the presence of the Walsh, now the world's premier electronic and information warfare platform, will help diffuse the tensions in the region.
Information you recovered in Peru makes it look like Hugo Lacerda was contracted by a third party to kidnap and interrogate Morgenholt. His payment was in weapons. He appears to be using those arms to equip his own men and pay off debts to other guerrilla groups. Maybe Lacerda is a nickel-ante loser, but maybe he's learned some things from Morgenholt that we don't want anyone to know. Maria Narcisa is out to sea, so there's no escape. Board her, search her, find out who Lacerda's been dealing with, and then make sure he doesn't have an opportunity to spread what he knows. Fifth freedom.
What Morgenholt knew about the Masse Kernels, recursive computation, and weaponized algorithms is akin to what Oppenheimer knew about atoms or what Turing knew about digital computers. Project Watson, the United Nations investigation into the Masse Kernels, will be remembered for centuries alongside the Manhattan Project as fundamental research that changed the nature of warfare forever. Imagine if Che Guevara had kidnapped and interrogated Oppenheimer in 1959, and you have a pretty accurate parallel of the situation we're in right now.
We're going to send the helicopter out about 40 clicks ahead of the Maria Narcisa and leave you in the water on her course. You'll board covertly onto the bow. Search the ship and the holds. Find out what you can about the arms shipments and who Lacerda is dealing with. Satellite imaging shows the Maria Narcisa racks a small launch on the stern. That will be your primary extraction. If things go badly, we might be able to arrange to pluck you out of the sea.
We'll keep the Walsh inside a helicopter range of the target vessel at all times. If something goes wrong, we should be able to assist in extraction. If you play it safe, we'll recover you when the ship's launched from open water once you're out of visual range of the ship.
Fisher, we just pulled up Celestinia's last dry dock report for the Maria Narcissa. They have a newly installed central alarm system.
Don't tell me. 3 alarms and the mission is over?
Of course not. This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Nice night. Shh. What's the roster? How many men aboard?
Total? There is 36 of us, I think. But that's including Lacerda and a couple of mean-looking mercenaries he brought with him.
Where's Lacerda now?
He was just here 20 minutes ago, complaining about his quarters. He said he wanted another room.
What are you doing up here?
Get away from that jerk, Lacerda.
Tell me about it. What a pain.
We should kill him and toss him overboard.
What's that? I heard something. You're always hearing something. This time I'm pretty sure. Funny. I keep thinking I heard something. I just heard something too. Aren't you sure?
You still there? I heard that.
Fisher, it looks like Lacerda is spreading around his newfound wealth, paying off debts with some of the arms that were delivered to him.
You want me to scan any more weapons crates?
Better idea. Plant tracking devices on them, and we can see who they end up getting delivered to.
Okay.
Good job, Sam. That's the first crate. Keep your eyes peeled for any more.
All right.
Fisher, we just intercepted a radio call from the Maria Narcissa. She's reporting a hull leak and asking for an escort.
The ship is sinking.
No, but apparently several compartments are flooded. You'll need to activate the bilge in the forward machine room to access all the cargo holds. There should be a large pump in here that you can use to drain the forward cargo hold.
I'll find it.
Did you hear that? I'm not sure. So you did hear something?
Holy, what the hell was that?
Good job. That'll drain the flooded compartments. Now you can search for the bill of lading attached to Lacerda's shipments.
All right.
Fisher, you just passed the only compartment that you haven't been through. You should see if Lacerda's shipping container is in there.
Thanks for the tip.
I'm betting that Lacerda's shipping container is somewhere in this compartment. The bill of lading should be mounted on the side.
I'll have a look around.
Good work, Sam. It looks like whoever delivered these arms to Lacerda was operating through a proxy.
Who?
Mercantil Costa Fuerza Seguridad de Panama.
Offshore bankers?
Yeah, the cigar-chomping kind.
Great. I'd love bureaucrats.
You still need to recover the transit ledgers so we can figure out who else Lacerda is dealing with. Try the ship's office. They should have that information. Sensors in your suit are detecting a lot of fumes down there.
Yeah, I can smell it. It's kind of gas.
Could be enough to be a serious explosive hazard. We can't have any firing in the engine room. And don't expect the enemy to be smart enough to realize that. They might still open fire on you if they see you.
I get the message. I'll be discreet.
Guess I'll have it alone.
Sam, you're near the ship's office. This deck, starboard side.
I'll find the transit ledgers there.
That's where they should be keeping them.
What's that? I heard something.
You're always hearing something.
The transit ledgers are forged. They say Lacerda's container is full of sugarcane and coconuts from a man named Nikaryakov in Malaysia.
Nikaryakov. I remember that name.
Nikaryakov is a code name that Philippine drug dealers use to indicate arms shipments.
So instead of nuts from Malaysia, Lacerda got guns from an imaginary Russian?
Exactly. Now why don't you go find out where
What's over
Lacerda is
there?
hiding?
The captain probably knows where he is.
Good idea. Why don't you head to the bridge and ask?
Me, what is you are? I see you.
Sensors in your suit are detecting a lot of fumes down there.
Yeah, I can smell it. It's kind of gas.
Could be enough to be a serious explosive hazard. We can't have any firing in the engine room. And don't expect the enemy to be smart enough to realize that. They might still open fire on you if they see you.
I get the message. I'll be discreet. Stay calm. We don't want to make any sparks.
Who are you?
I'm the fire inspector, and I'm worried that you or one of your stupid friends might try and squeeze a shot off of here.
Why?
Can't you smell the gas?
But I didn't think it was dangerous.
Imagine you needed to stow your ammo to prevent any accidents. Where would you put it?
The men bunk up port side. Just turn left out the back of the engine room. They've got a crate full of new guns back there. Maybe some other stuff too. I'm not sure. Not supposed to do that, is it?
What was that? Is there someone out there?
Sam, you're near the ship's office. This deck, starboard side.
I'll find the transit ledgers there.
That's where they should be keeping them.
Hey, did Lacerda pass through here?
Yeah.
The transit ledgers are forged. They say Lacerda's container is full of sugarcane and coconuts from a man named Nikaryakov in Malaysia.
Nikaryakov. I remember that name.
Nikaryakov is a code name that Philippine drug dealers use to indicate arms shipments.
So instead of nuts from Malaysia, Lacerda got guns from an imaginary Russian?
Exactly. Now why don't you go find out where
Wasn't this
Lacerda
door
is
closed earlier?
The captain probably knows where he is.
Good
This
idea.
wasn't open earlier,
Why don't you
was
head to
it?
the bridge and ask?
Hey, what the?
We got trouble here.
I hear you have a special passenger tonight.
What? Who?
I'm the guy who's here to cash the checks Lacerda's been writing. Where is he?
That son of a... He was provoking my men, so I gave him my own cabin to shut him up.
That's very kind of you.
Be careful. He brought some personal bodyguards. They look dangerous.
I'm not afraid of Lacerda's thugs.
No, they're not Peruvian. They're Europeans, I think. Pros.
Thanks for the tip.
So Lacerda is holed up in the captain's quarters.
Where's that?
Third deck, port side. The two interior stairwells are the only access to that deck.
I tell you, never in my life have I been so insulted.
I don't see why you're so upset. He got you past the inspection. You think it's easy to get through the canal zone with all the crackdowns these days?
I don't care if it's hard.
Is someone moving around?
We got
Fisher. I'll inform the Joint Chiefs that Lacerda is no longer a threat. Primary objectives are completed. We can extract you whenever you're ready.
What's making that noise? Damn it! Come out here and fight like a man!
With still no word from the North Korean government, China's Long Dan again urged all sides to come to the bargain. We have now a late response by Admiral Toshiro Otomo of the Japanese I-SDF.
Despite the ambassador's efforts, nothing has changed. The Japanese people must continue to endure harassment and humiliation. We eagerly anticipate the arrival of the...
Hey, I hear you're leaving us. Heading back for Panama.
Hate to eat and run, sir. We have a few loose ends to tie off before we can rejoin you.
Well, if you can make it back for the 4th of July, I'll show you one heck of a good time, boy.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Fisher, the arms that Lacerda had were purchased by someone using a Panamanian offshore bank as proxy. I want to take a peek inside their records. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as that. This op can't look like a U.S. intelligence gig, so to cover it up you'll need to crack the bank's vault and lift some bearer bonds. Property of the French government.
I hit the bank's servers last night, but I didn't find much. All their workstations run drivers for plug-and-play hard drives. I'm guessing they secure them physically every night. Crazy world we live in where electronic intrusion is more of a threat than physical intrusion. Anyway, they probably store the drives in the main vault, meaning they're not going to be easy to get a hold of.
First, the good news. You've been in this bank before. You were part of a CIA raiding team that went in '89 looking for some of Noriega's drug money. Most of the intelligence we have on the bank actually comes from your team. The bad news is that we have a lot of physical security. Lasers, motion sensors, locked doors, cameras, the whole lot. And none of it was there in '89. We've also contacted a specialist to help crack the vault. You better talk to him.
Look, I don't know who you are or why I'm helping you, other than it's better than staring at the ceiling of my cell. I hear you have to face some Mason Wells 88. Well, it ain't a one-man job, but they tell me you can do the work of 5 men. Fine, I says. I had your mate Willie make a little deposit for you. You'll be needing some things from a safety deposit box in the little vault that we can use to crack the main one.
We'll continue on our course for the Yellow Sea and send you back by helicopter to Panama City. I have no authorization to act inside Panamanian borders, so you'll be operating covertly out of the embassy. You and your partner will be on your own in Panama.
Hey, Emilio, did you see these new motion sensing lights? No. What do? When they detect movement, the light turns on. That's amazing. Like magic.
I think I'm going to get one of those from my garage. Imagine that. You pull up in your car at night.
What happened?
Tell me something about your security systems.
Okay. We have motion sensors out here, newly installed.
Motion sensors?
See, they turn on the lights.
Oh, no alarms, just lights. Like for your garage.
No, for my garage.
After all, you need to chill out.
Those things are
You're
expensive.
jumping at shadows.
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
just you wait. Better take a sorry,
I
I
just
say.
synced your offset with intelligence on the bank that you and your team gathered back in '89.
The memories.
Yeah. Judging from your report, sounds like it was quite a vacation.
It was, actually. I spent most of the rest of that year sleeping in a ditch on the road between Baghdad and Kuwait.
Oh well, if it's any consolation, I had a bad year that year too.
What? You weren't working for the government during the Gulf War?
No, I was in 10th grade.
Oh, right. Yuck.
Hey, Emilio, did you see these new motion sensing lights?
No. What do they do?
When they detect...
You still there? What's up?
Tell me something about your security systems.
Oh, okay. We have motion sensors out here, newly installed.
Motion sensors?
See, they turn on the lights.
Oh, no alarms, just lights. Like for your garage.
Guess it wasn't anything after
No,
all.
for my garage.
You need to chill out, man. You're
These
jumping
things are
in shadows.
expensive. High-tech.
Yeah? Well, just
yeah,
you wait.
whatever.
Better safe than sorry, I say.
Fisher, I just synced your OPSAT with intelligence on the bank that you and your team gathered back in '89.
The memories.
Yeah, judging from your report, sounds like it was quite a vacation.
It was, actually. I spent most of the rest of that year sleeping in a ditch on the road between Baghdad and Kuwait.
Oh well, if it's any consolation, I had a bad year that year too.
What? You weren't working for the government during the Gulf War?
No, I was in 10th grade.
Oh, right. Yuck.
Fisher, I've got a copy of a work order here that the bank filed with their insurance company. It says the dome windows over the lobby are magnetically locked. See if you can find a breaker or junction box up here and power down the locks.
Right.
Good work, Sam. That shut down the magnetic locks on the windows. Hey, wait a minute. Power spike. The lobby. It looks like a laser grid just came online.
Lasers. Lasers are so...
90s?
I was going to say 70s. Can you please stop making me feel old?
Got bad news for you, Sam. You are old.
Fisher, here's our advisor. He'll walk you through the steps that'll get you into that vault. Be patient with him.
Oh, he's one of those.
Right. Hello? Is this thing on then?
It's on. I'm here. Have you been briefed?
Whatever. Listen, this is a Mason Wells 88. Each one is unique. You want to get a butcher's up this girl's skirt. First thing you need to do is authorize an opening.
How do I do that?
The bank president and the treasurer will each have an authorization lock in their office. There'll be another one in the security office. You need to disable all three.
Okay.
I'm patrolling past the archive, and I hear something. I look inside, and I listen. Well, that's the thing. I searched the room, but I can't find anything. But I definitely...
Hey! Come out!
I do not think it's going to come out.
Slower.
Hey, I hear that. Back off.
Looks like more lasers ahead, Sam. This whole place is singing with photons.
There's a guard who seems to be walking around here, no problem.
Maybe he has some kind of beacon. Get close and you can stay in his electronic shadow.
That's a neat trick you do with the lasers.
¿Qué? What? Oh, the grids. They detect some kind of signal emitted by a transmitter stitched into my uniform.
Give me the transmitter.
I don't know where it is. I swear, it's just a stitch into my uniform somewhere.
That's bad news for you, because I still need to get past the lasers. And since I don't want to undress you, that means I have to take your body.
My body? You mean my unconscious body? I hope.
Either way works for me.
What the hell was that?
Going through! Give me room!
Oh, God. No.
Are there any other ways in or out of this room that you might want to tell me about?
Birds?
Birds? What do you mean, birds?
The vents above the fan. I think they lead outside. I can hear birds nesting in them.
Well, that is useful information.
Does that mean I get to leave?
Let me think about it.
Good thinking, Fisher. Now, even if you're caught on camera, they won't be able to ID you.
That's the security authorization. 2 more to go. That's 2 down. Now just authorize from the Treasurer's office.
Well, can't hurt to take a look around.
What's that shadow?
Little hand!
Oh no, Zerkazy. That's exactly what I didn't want to see.
Zerkazy. Is that some kind of dried meat?
He's probably the best computational theorist in the world. He worked with Morgenholt on Project Watson. Word is he's gone off his nut.
Sounds like bad guy material to me.
Right, that's authorization done. The outer cage to the vault should be opening as we speak.
Great.
Just inside the cage, there's a small vault full of safety boxes. Your mate dropped off some kit for you in one of them.
All right.
I'll let you know when
I
I'm
admit it. I'm scared.
We got trouble here.
I do not think he's going to come out.
Sam, it's Will.
Turtle said one of these boxes had some equipment in it?
Chest level, right-hand side, number 1024.
It looks like Lacerda's Panamanian contact is Senor Segundo Ruiz de Medeiros, Vice President of Panama Canal Administration.
Ooh, is that where I'm going next?
No. Lacerda's side dealings are a whole nother can of worms. I'll send someone else down that trail.
Someone else?
Do I detect a bit of jealousy, Sam?
I'll get over it.
Careful with that gear.
What is all this stuff?
It charges us for the vault, and the other thingamy-bob is a telemetric lockpick.
A telemetric lockpick?
Head down to the main vault. We'll walk you through it there. Alright, next you need to pop both of these locks at the same time.
That's what the telemetric pick is for.
Exactly. It reads your movements in one lock and mimics them in the other lock, real time.
You guys use some cool toys.
Right. Now once you get the feel for each pin, you have to wait a second for the telemetric pick to sync up. Once it beeps, Bob's your uncle, you can pick the pin and move to the next one. Don't try and pick a pin before you're in sync, or you'll have to restart.
Right. Come on. Hurry. Give me a... Come on.
Alright, now place the charges over the main pins. Once they're all in place, well, I'm sure you can figure it out. Open sesame.
We're in.
Great work. Sam, get in there and find those hard drives.
I have fragments of a message here from someone named Dvorak. Echelon doesn't have a file on him. Wait. That's weird.
What?
The deleted messages. They're 512 encrypted. I haven't seen 512 since Philip Masse.
I killed Masse outside Severomorsk.
I remember. And it's confirmed. So this is someone with access to some seriously classified information.
Circazi?
That's a frightening possibility.
Good job, Fisher. Now the whole mission will look like a robbery. They'll never know why we were here.
Lambert, now that I'm holding 50 million bucks, I think we need to talk about that raise again.
25 cents an hour and not a penny more.
Deal.
All right, Fisher. We'll extract you as planned from the same location you were inserted.
Over the wall from the front courtyard?
That's right. Redding will be waiting for you nearby.
On my way. So Zerkesi and Morgenholt are the only two people who ever saw those algorithms.
And Morgenholt is dead. And Zerkesi is connected to a mystery guest we know nothing about.
Dvorak.
Morgenholt and Zerkesi are geeks, not terrorists. Maybe this Dvorak is some kind of puppeteer.
No hitter, bottom of the 8th.
2-0, New York in the 8th. Akira Watanabe is on the mound. He's pure concentration, pure focus.
This is no coincidence. You're on your way to the Big Apple. Bruce Morgenholt and Abraham Zerkesi were partnered together on Project Watson, the UN committee that cracked the Masse Kernels. They're the ones who discovered 512 encryption, the same encryption used in the messages you recovered at MCAS Bank. If this so-called Dvorak person has somehow gotten his hands on mass-based IW algos, we're in a world of hurt.
I've been trying to penetrate Zerkesi's private network since we connected him to this mess. I've seen some tough network security before, and I expected Zerkesi to have top-of-the-line tech, but this is crazy. Zerkesi's server isn't just impenetrable or invisible, it's like looking for a shadow in a pitch-black room. It's driving me crazy.
Things are turning sour in New York. It's been 24 hours since the blackout, and no one has a clue when it might end. We've got sporadic reports of unrest all over Manhattan, but it hasn't started to spill over yet. Word coming down from above is that the National Guard will be deployed within the hour. We'll need to insert you into an alley behind a building adjacent to the target building. Watch out for civilians.
Fisher, the National Guard was deployed into Manhattan about an hour ago.
I feel safer already.
Watch your fire, Sam. Those boys aren't expecting to see you and they'll attack on sight. Do not, I repeat, do not kill any of them.
I'll be careful.
Good.
Stay calm. We're on the same side.
Jesus, who are you?
I'm the monster in the closet. And I'm gonna let you go back to sleep as soon as you tell me how many men you have deployed out here.
There's just 8 of us in a squad, but there are more on the roof.
How many?
I don't know, I swear.
Thanks for the intel.
You have enough light down here?
Think so. These barricade lights are battery operated, so they should be okay. I have flares too if I need them.
All right. Then we'll concentrate on getting power to the CP before we break out to the perimeter.
Sounds good.
Damn it! What's wrong with this?
Fisher, looks like the National Guard are trying to restore the power to the building's elevator. That's probably your best way to the top.
I'll see if I can hitch a ride.
It'll be a long climb if you don't.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Who are you? Wait a minute. Is this a training exercise?
Damn. Support. This guy knows it's an exercise. Who let the cat out of the bag?
Huh. I knew it.
Roger that. Yeah. Okay.
All clear.
Give me a hand here, pal. Just play along. Name, rank, and number.
Corporal Stan Donlin, 24-28-996.
And you're not going to tell me anything else?
No, sir.
Good boy. All right, want me to move on to the next one? Yeah. Roger.
What's going on?
Okay,
Where are you?
Command.
Gotta keep my eyes wide open. Did I just see something?
Fisher, satellite shows you've reached the Casey's building. County Clerk's office has construction permits on file for the floors below the penthouse and in the neighboring structure.
Any plans or blueprints on file?
I'll have Grim look into it, but with this blackout.
I understand. I'll see if I can dig up some plans down here.
Good idea. Fisher, that's a hired gun if I've ever seen one.
He's no night watchman either. He's a merc. He's got the same kit as the guys who were protecting the city.
This whole situation is getting uglier by the second. See if you can find out who these characters work for.
Will do. What are you doing down here?
Who the hell?
Off to a bad start. Talk or die.
Okay. We're on VIP protection. This floor. We need to secure it because we can't lock it off from the penthouse.
Does the architect or engineer keep an office or a desk down here?
Yeah, of course. West side of the building.
Since you're doing so well, why don't you tell me the name of the PMC you work for?
I work for Displace. Displace International.
Displace? That's Doug Shetland's company.
I know.
Fisher, if Shetland turns out to be crooked...
If Shetland is crooked, I'll take him down myself. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
Could be. See if you can find out who's in charge of this protection detail. Maybe someone inside this place.
Shit, what was that?
You got it.
Sorry, I got a bad feeling about this.
Using it quite a bit. Is it still sharp?
Real sharp?
Maybe you better tell me something interesting before I get all distracted and slip.
Medical supplies. You'll probably want some medical supplies. In the washroom beside the kitchen.
permits, architectural plans. Interesting. Circassian has a hardened panic room off of his bedroom.
I'll check it out.
Looks like he also filed plans for construction in the next building over.
The next building?
I'm no architect, but if I'm reading these plans right, both buildings are connected across the rooftop. I'll leave the relevant data on your OPSAT. Should help you navigate.
Thanks.
Fisher, Circassian's cameras project an infrared beam so they can see in the dark.
If it's an infrared beam, I can see it in my night vision.
Exactly. And listen, it would help us keep tabs on Circassian if we could use these cameras against him.
Gotcha. I'll try and run some taps.
Good work, Fisher. That's one camera tapped. There should be 5 more.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Switch that on! This thing's a mess! What's that sound? Man down.
Fisher, looks like Circassian has his own alarm system. Careful.
What is that? Nothing here. I'm sure there's nothing here.
Good work, Fisher. That's 4 of 6 cameras tapped.
I'll keep an eye out for the other 2.
Gotcha.
Who?
Dvorak.
Where is he?
According to this, he's in the building next door. You can get there across the rooftop through the magnetically locked doors.
How do I get through the doors?
They're not magnetically locked anymore.
Thanks for the help.
How long have you known him?
A long time. A long time. Since before this place. Since before Bosnia.
Before Bosnia? Good lord. I knew he had connections, but...
Yep. Incoming fire! Get up!
I'm serious, Sam. Too many alarms and these mercenaries will be after you.
Zerkezi 24/7.
Always happy to keep the donut dippers busy.
What's wrong with the lights?
Ow!
I guess it can't hurt to keep my eyes open. I really don't want to be here.
You must be Dvorak.
Well, Dvorak, huh? I had thought this area was, well, off limits.
You're not Dvorak.
Well, since we're being blunt, well, no.
Then who are you?
Such a rush you're in. Fancy some tea, do you?
Lambert, something weird is happening.
I'll say.
What do I do?
The old man seems harmless. Indulge him. See if he knows anything.
Reminds me of poor old Jiggers. Oh, Jiggers. We hardly know ye.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, well, one might ask you the same.
I'm looking for a man named Dvorak.
Ah, Dvorak, yes! Well, you're not going to find one. This way! Yes, here we are then. This is Dvorak.
Jesus. I think I just figured out why you couldn't hack in here, Grim.
Yeah, no kidding.
What the hell do I do now?
Hold on while I find a slide rule.
See what the old man knows, Fisher.
Okay. If this is Dvorak, who are you?
I am Dvorak's keeper. Thank you most kindly for asking.
And what is this Dvorak?
Dvorak is, well, you likely wouldn't understand.
I'm sure you're right. But let's have it for the record anyway.
Dvorak is a mechanical representation of a self-referential axiom of number theory. Dvorak encodes its own logical structure within its own executable cycle, and recursively derives a more accurate representation of itself with each successive execution.
Right. Grim, did you get that?
My god, it's an infinite state machine.
Fine. What do I do?
If Zerkezi is using this...
Grim.
Sorry, Sam, we're gonna need a copy of Dvorak's output so we can work out the algorithm it's built on.
How do I get its output?
It runs on punch cards.
Punch cards?
You'll need to restart the sequence and initialize each tower in the right order, and then retrieve the output stack.
How do I know the right sequence?
You'll need to hit the switches in order as the tubes start to heat up. Ask the old man for help.
All right, I got the stack.
Good work, Fisher. Time to make yourself scarce. Get to your primary extraction point.
On my way.
Fisher, I'm not kidding around. One more alarm and you'll be in big trouble.
Now coming to you from our New York City broadcast center, we have Patrick Dunn of Watershed Electric on the line. Mr. Dunn, what do we know at this moment?
All we know so far is that this was not an accident.
If it's not an accident, then it must be intentional. Both us and the Japanese have been hit by this thing. I think it's pretty obvious who's responsible.
Here's a Tomo.
It appears we have something in common, Admiral.
Our analysis of the information footprint shows that the pressures which collapsed our power grids appear in many ways similar to those that collapsed our markets. I am certain the Koreans and the Chinese are involved.
Let's not jump the gun here, Admiral. We've had our microscope on a man named Zerkezi. He had access to weaponized IW algos following that business in Georgia. He was also a major DOE consultant after the blackouts here in 2003.
Yes, we are aware of this connection. Has Zerkezi been found?
Not yet, but it won't take long. I'll keep you posted. Fisher, I'm afraid we might be facing an orchestrated attempt to push the world into a major crisis. Zerkezi might know more about information warfare than anyone on Earth. And the fact that this place is combat-ready, essentially stateless and better equipped than most governments, we need to find out fast whether this is a coincidence or whether someone inside this place is making a major move. That said, State Department has several very significant contracts with this place. This thing is extremely political. I hate to do this to you, but keep it clean. Recon only, no fatalities.
Displace's offices are on the top 3 floors of the Hans Center Tower in downtown Manhattan. Recent financials indicate that they have invested heavily in their local infrastructure in order to maintain full operational capacity following even a major terrorist incident.
Satellite confirms Grimm's data. Displace is up and running at near to full capacity. It looks like they might be holding a meeting with members of New York City Council, possibly making a bid for protection or policing services to supplement the National Guard. They're prepared and opportunistic, that's for sure. But I wouldn't expect anything different. My money says they're playing fair, but if the boss wants to take a closer look, then that's what we'll do.
Fisher, we need to find out if Displace and Zerkezi are working together.
But until we know, you want me to keep it quiet.
Don't kill anyone or I'll abort the mission. The Pentagon has contracts with Displace all around the world. The President will have puppies if he finds out we're doing this.
What the hell do I care what Marco says? I don't even know it.
Hell, tell him you said that.
Huh, go ahead.
Boy, are you in trouble.
Whatever.
What's up?
Something going on with the ventilation system?
Oh, hey, who are you?
Pretend I'm Harry Tuttle.
Who?
I'm an ill-tempered and heavily armed
Stupid
heating
damn
engineer
thing is
who's asking
broken.
questions about your ventilation system.
I guess it's not working properly since the blackout.
So it
Come out
shouldn't
from
take
there and
much
show
to shut
yourself.
down that big fan if I wanted to.
I don't know. Why would you want to do that?
The adventure, the travel.
Hey, okay.
All clear.
You're certainly entitled to request protection at that level from the National Guard, I agree. But let's face it, the National Guard is a massive, cumbersome organization.
Sure,
There
that's
was
what we
something
need.
there just a moment ago.
On the contrary, the...
What's that? I heard something.
You're always hearing something.
This time I'm pretty sure. Jesus, did you hear that?
I can definitely see
Who
something.
did this?
Show yourself.
Fisher, that executive.
Knocked out?
He probably has the
better
daily
than dead, I
access
guess.
algorithm for the displaced central servers stored on his laptop.
Lambert gave me pretty strict non-lethal parameters.
If you stay close, you should be able to hack into his laptop wirelessly.
Nothing.
I'll give
What
it
the
a
hell
whirl.
are we gonna do now?
Well, don't look at me.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Now give me the server access algorithm.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
The algorithm is several thousand characters long. It's encoded on my laptop and on a server near the lobby.
Oh, how do I get there?
The door code to the lobby is 8136.
Thanks.
Well, I guess that's one way to deal with it.
Finesse is for the young and the cocky.
Good work, Sam. Now you'll be able to access the central server on the first floor.
This wireless stuff makes life a lot easier.
Yep. Welcome to the Wi-Fi era.
Remember, you're saying that to a guy from the era of hi-fi.
Hi-Fi? As in, like, high in fiber?
Don't put me in adult undergarments yet, kid.
Whoa.
That was weird.
Yeah, I've heard of this. It's called an electrochromic window. A small electric charge can change the opacity of microscopic crystals embedded in the glass.
Cool.
I'm thinking that your OCP should be able to toggle the state of the windows. I'm uploading the specification to your OPSAT.
Thanks, Will.
Sam, each of Displace's different divisions
Come on,
seem to have their
we
own
can
server
settle this
farm.
like adults.
I put a program on your OPSAT that will build a little backdoor into their networks.
You want me to upload that to each division server?
I would appreciate it.
Since you asked so nice.
Thought I heard something. Come out of there!
Good work, Sam. That's the first of their servers. If you can upload that to each of the other ones, I'll be able to snoop around as much as I please.
I'll see what I can do. How do I access the main server?
Can't get through here. Our doors are malfunctioning.
Is there another way?
Maybe through R&D. Might be a way through the ventilation into the server room.
Thanks.
Starting identification. Retinal prints valid.
pretty cushy posting, that's for sure. I heard the guy was really annoying. The guy isn't there anymore. He's out of town.
What, so you're just watching his stuff?
Yeah, emptying his liquor cabinet and playing video games. He's got the new Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I heard it's awesome.
Gonna be game of the year, man.
Can't wait to play it.
What was that?
Upload that program to the last server and you'll make me the happiest girl in the world.
You're easy to please.
Access is a girl's best friend.
Damn! It looks like someone has shunted the data we need off the server. Login name Mnetich.
Mnetich? Who's that?
Fragments here. Looks like he's VP of Protection Operations for Displace.
He protected Circassian and Morgenholt? He's not very good at his job or he's dirty.
Echelon has nothing on him. Looks like he's been zeroed.
Probably a pseudonym. I'll see if I can find out who he really is.
In any case, we need to get access to his computer. His office should be on the upper floor somewhere.
Sorry to interrupt, but...
I see it.
Power's coming back on.
I see it.
Whatever. You got company. You might want to...
Right.
I see it.
Check the server and make sure nothing got...
What's that?
I heard something.
You're always hearing something.
This time I'm pretty sure.
Wandered out of the bar looking for a fight. They found him the next morning, covered in blood. What? Yeah. Stan thinks he killed someone. Read a newspaper article the next day. Istanbul police found some guy cut to... Hey! Are you okay?
Gotcha.
Hey! You're not supposed to be here!
Tell me something useful and I'll leave.
Forget it. I won't tell you anything.
Are you crazy? We're on the 60th
Crap!
floor.
Nothing! What? What do you mean?
You know, it's not true that you go unconscious before you hit the ground. You see it coming the whole way.
You wouldn't.
You want to convince me not to?
Door code to the executive offices is 2346.
What's going on? Where are you? This shouldn't be open. Shit! What was that? Forget it. I don't want to find anything anyway. Man down. I can...
Nice suit. Italian?
Oh no! Italian. Yes, the Florentine silk. Andretti?
Who's Andretti?
Andretti? The famous designer. Men's suits, tuxedos.
I'm not a tuxedo kind of guy.
But you are some kind of spy.
Yeah, I'm the real kind, not the tuxedo kind. I'm the kind of spy who gets blood all over your Andretti unless you give me information.
Oh God, please don't ruin my suit.
How about a door code?
CEO's office, 2609.
Hokkaido.
Hokkaido? Isn't that basically the Alaska of Japan?
Yeah. Looks like Milan Nedich has secretly relocated Zerkezi there.
Interesting. Now we definitely need to talk to Shetland.
We'll let State Department handle that mess. You're going to Hokkaido. We're sending a helicopter to evac you from the roof. Fisher, remember, I need you to bring in Zerkezi alive.
What about Nedich?
Nedich is another story.
Isolate, simplify, complete.
We're on the same page?
Affirmative. Nice wheels.
Oh, crap!
Think the trunk is big enough for a body?
Oh, God. I'm not sure.
Tell me where Nedich is, or we'll find out.
In the Central Palace, I think. He's meeting with some of the senior officers.
Thanks.
Sam, use your EEV to scan the license plates on those trucks. I might be
Wasn't
able to
that
dig up
candle
some
burning
info on our
earlier?
friend Nedich.
I'll give it a shot.
No dice. Nothing suspicious about... Wait a minute. The Bosnian barber.
I already have a barber, but I think he's Italian. That place next to the donut shop?
The leasing company papers list a dummy corporation created by one Milos Nowak. a.k.a. Mylon Netic.
What's going on?
Novak
Where are
is a
you?
suspected war criminal from the Bosnian conflict. He's known as the Barber of Bosnia because he allegedly scalped some of his prisoners.
Well, I guess he won't be making an appearance in the Halo anytime soon.
Guess not.
Microphones. Huh. What a waste of time. Nobody uses hidden microphones to spy on anybody anymore. They use satellites. This is so ridiculous, I feel like an idiot.
Find anything?
Who are you?
I'm looking for the same thing you're looking for.
Microphones? Gotta keep my eyes wide open.
Did you find it?
No!
Where haven't you looked?
I haven't checked the phones yet.
I'll check there.
Which way are you headed?
That's the first microphone,
What happened to the
Sam.
lights?
5 more to go.
I'm on it.
Missed. Is that... I thought I saw something.
Fisher, looks like this place has kept a small staff on to take care of the retreat.
Civilians?
That's right. Don't let any of them get killed.
I won't.
Find any bugs?
Yeah. They're everywhere. Can't get rid of them. It's like a damn insectarium here.
I need microphones, stupid.
Oh. Well, I looked a bit, but I didn't find any.
A bit? What
does
that?
that mean?
Where did you look?
On the table.
Give me your hand!
Ow! Please! I am innocent!
Yeah, but if he says... That's true. South Africans.
No, that's fine. No. An agreement we can live with.
I think we can commit to that. That'll be fine. What about you?
Yes.
What do you think?
Okay. Yes? Yeah. No. Maybe. We'll see.
No.
Well,
Yeah, back to New York. Broker that deal.
so we can risk...
Curious.
That's Netic out of the picture. We have a complication. There's a helicopter inbound. Shetland is aboard.
Doug, why is he coming here?
Either he was coming to see what Netic is up to, or our assumptions are wrong.
You still think Shetland's crooked?
I still don't know. That's what bothers me. Find out what Shetland and Zerkazi are meeting about.
thought I saw something.
Here we observe the North American trees natural habitat. This blatant detrivore is considered by many sail without a shell. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Hey, what was that sound? What the hell was that?
Fisher, satellite imaging shows you're nearing some kind of tea house.
Zerkezi's inside?
That's our best guess. Gather as much info as you can before making your move. We might only get one shot at this.
Yes, Douglas?
What?
The Koreans, they couldn't have. Douglas, I need to know the truth.
The truth. Did Oppenheimer know the truth? What about Roosevelt? Abe, truth is what we need it to be. And the truth is, we did the right thing.
What do you mean?
Proof of concept worked. It was ugly, sure, but it's over now.
You mean there will be peace?
Well, peace isn't something that just happens, Abe. It has to be enforced, just like in the old days. You know, sheriff wears a shield, sure, but he also wears a gun.
Gun?
That's right.
Oh my God.
And we can't have that gun falling into the wrong hands, can we now, Abe?
What do you... No!
My God, Fisher! Don't let Shutlin escape.
Is he a target?
He's the target.
Today, Ambassador Long Dan announced Chinese support for the North Korean claim that they did not intentionally launch the missile that sank the Walsh.
We are monitoring these developments while continuing to seek a peaceful resolution. Make no mistake, the Chinese People's Republic will employ all means at our disposal to protect our interests in the Asian subcontinent.
Our intelligence estimates that the current number of Korean troops massed at the border runs as high as 200,000 men. Monty?
Montgomery Lewis, The Times. Do we know what the possible North Korean strategy will be if diplomatic efforts fail?
We've known for decades that the NKA would move to capture Seoul as quickly as possible, regardless of the cost. That is how our defenses are structured. But with the capital less than 40 miles from the border, and well within artillery range of the big guns, it is clear that war would be catastrophic in terms of damage done and lives lost.
Fisher, I know you think the shortest distance to solving this problem is to go after Shetland. You might be right. Unfortunately, the diplomatic situation surrounding the Walsh incident is not softening. We are less than 24 hours from open war on the Korean Peninsula. We've located the battery that launched the missile against the Walsh. If there is any credence to the North Korean claim that the launch was unintentional, we need to prove it. And fast.
I've been reverse engineering the data you recovered from Zerkezi's computer in New York. Zerkezi's algorithm is an advanced extrapolation of the mass kernels made infinitely more complex by recursion through Dvorak. I think that if you can access the BIOS memory of the missile launchers at the battery, I should be able to ID a fingerprint that the algorithm would have left on the system.
You'll be doing a halo insertion into a forest 2 clicks east of the battery. You'll enter the battery's secure perimeter and infiltrate via the main air shaft. The battery itself has been around since World War II, but intelligence and satellite imaging show it's been retrofitted several times since then. We have some limited mapping data. We don't know what you'll find.
Since the destruction of the Walsh, the USS Ronald Reagan has assumed C&C duties for the battle group in the Yellow Sea. Our fleet is on red alert. In case of war, we are prepared to conduct precision sorties against high-value targets aimed at reducing North Korean coastal defenses for insertion behind their advancing front. If intelligence indicates that the Koreans are picking a fight, then it's a fight they'll get. Anyone in that battery, when the whistle blows, better find himself a tin hat and a Bible.
Japanese I-SDF has been instrumental in determining that the missile that sank the Walsh was indeed fired from this battery. You have the complete support of all branches of the Japanese self-defense force in order to determine the rationale for this insane move by the Korean aggressors. We do not have the capability to strike the facility directly, but I-SDF will use any means at our disposal to interfere with their capabilities in the event that our great American allies are forced to declare war.
Fisher, it's starting to look like war is unavoidable. JCOS is asking all sources for current division-level intelligence.
So, besides stopping World War III, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
The base commander should have up-to-date intel about NKA divisional strength down the Kaesong-Munsan approach.
I'll try to schedule an appointment with his secretary.
But I only see 7.
What do you mean? Fisher, since everyone is asking everyone for intel, I'd love to have a few chips at the big table.
What can I get you, Will?
Looks like this battery has repair and maintenance capability for mechanized warfare support. Any shipping or repair logs you can recover would be a big help.
I'll find what I can.
Are you okay?
Who switched the lights off here? The light is busted. Who's there? What happened to the lights?
Good work, Fisher. Looks like they tracked shipping and repair through 4 separate departments.
Gotta love military bureaucracy.
See if you can get the logs from the other 3.
Now serving number 67.
Where the hell did that come from?
What's in all the boxes?
My God, no!
Yeah, shock and awe. Just answer the question. What's in the boxes?
I swear, I don't know. It's just my job to guard the room.
Fine, then tell me something you do know.
There is a hatch in the corner. It leads to the subfloor under the loading dock.
Really?
All right, well, that's our work done. Let the control room take over.
Who's in the control room?
How should I know?
Did you hear that? You mean that scraping sound? No, it was more of a... No, probably not. Give it a bang! What's wrong with this thing now?
What the hell was that? Saw something.
Reminder, no
What is that?
to be posted.
Holy crap! Yes, I'm a little jumpy.
have finished our preliminary inspection of the West launcher.
And what is your report, Captain?
We did every test we could, sir.
And?
And, well, there was no malfunction, sir.
No malfunction? Curious. There is an $80 billion warship on the bottom of the sea, sunk by a missile that left this battery. The world is less than 12 hours from a war that will kill millions of people. And you're...
What's that? I got something. You're always hearing something. This time, I'm pretty sure.
Don't panic.
Fine.
You're well trained.
I am a loyal soldier of the North Korean army.
Congratulations. Give me some intelligence or you'll be pushing up daisies in a cemetery full of guys just like you.
I don't have any intelligence.
Hey, you just called yourself stupid.
I am not stupid. I am loyal.
Boy, you're worse than a washed-out jarhead.
Do not compare me to a cowardly American Marine.
Tell me something useful or we're finished here.
Death before dishonor.
Boy, you grunts are all the same.
Why did you do that? That technician could have answered some important questions.
Like what?
was that sound?
Like if they launched a missile
I do not know what you're up to.
See if
but
he
you
has
better
any
come out
logs
of
and
there.
journals backed up in his office.
I'll take a peek.
Get out here right now!
Yeah.
That seals it. The missile came from here, but they didn't launch it intentionally.
So that's a good thing. We can avoid a war.
Problem is that someone launched the missile intentionally.
So that someone dug Shetland using Zerkese's algorithms?
That seems likely, but I still need to see if there's a Dvorak fingerprint on the BIOS of the launcher that fired the missile.
To return their dishes to the kitchen after mealtime.
I see what you're thinking.
What happened to the lights?
If they're just going to
happened
throw
to the lights?
protocol to the wind and leave the warhead case unlocked.
Even detonating them won't destroy the battery.
No, but it will make an awful big mess.
What was that sound? Turn this off. Who broke the lights? Ah! Not look.
Good work, Fisher.
I'm uploading the arming sequence codes for Grim. Lambert, if worse comes to worst, and I'm still here.
You don't even need to say it, Sam.
All right, that opened the casing. You can access the motherboard on the launcher itself and recover any routing data from the BIOS. Good work, Sam. I'm scanning the BIOS now. Yeah, that's a Dvorak fingerprint.
Where did it come from? Hokkaido? The displaced offices?
Seoul.
What? As in South Korea? Are you telling me the U.S. just got drawn into a war protecting the people that sank the Walsh?
I can't trace it back farther than Seoul.
Well, what do I do?
Sweet Jesus, Fisher. The NKA just committed. They're coming across the DMZ. We're at war.
Why? We just found proof they didn't launch the missile.
Good Lord, speaking of missile launches, that battery just lit up like a smoker getting off an airplane.
They're not targeting our ships, are they?
Active radar is up. It looks like a launch is imminent. Fisher, you need to abort that missile.
You got it, boss.
What's wrong with the lights?
Black hell! You're too late.
The warhead won't arm until it's a few hundred meters from its target. If I can dig up the abort codes.
Good thinking. Check launch control directly under the platform.
I'm on my way.
Make it fast, Fisher. Flight time on that missile is 3 minutes.
Carrier, bearing 218. Range 1120 kilometers. Confirm.
Primary target is on scope. All green. Track 1 to 12.
1 through 12. Confirm.
Engagement interface is online. Top.
Incoming fire! Give me up!
Good work, Sam. Those are the abort codes.
I still need to bypass the override circuit from the missile control room.
Hurry. The missile is closing on the USS Ronald Reagan at top speed.
Hold on. Did you just tell me I need to win one for the Gipper?
Dude, what does that even mean?
Never mind. You're right, Grim. I am old.
job, Sam. Missile aborted.
That's it? It's dust?
No, but the warhead can't arm. Even if it gets past the Reagan's phalanx, it'll hit the hull and crumple like a beer can.
Crumpling beer cans. That's what sailors are best at, I guess.
Very funny. You need to make your way to extraction.
Right. I'm on my way.
Initial estimates place the combined casualty count for the first 24 hours at, oh my God, 6,000? Is this a typo?
90% or more of those are enemy casualties. Estimates put our losses at less than 1,000 men.
Less than 1,000? You say that like it's a good thing.
Sir, it's paranoia. Our saber rattling has their leadership in a panic. It's a preemptive strike. Our own intelligence indicates that they didn't launch that missile intentionally. And until we can prove it, Seoul is on the block.
What are our military options for holding the city?
No reasonable strategic assessment has ever claimed it was possible without nuclear capability. And if that's the way it has to be...
38 hours ago, the NKA committed to open war on the Korean Peninsula. We've known for 50 years that their objective would be to capture Seoul within 72 hours. It appears they have a real shot at it. South Korean and U.S. forces are using orchestrated retrogrades to channel individual NKA divisions along discrete corridors. 6 hours ago, the first of those divisions reached Seoul and is seeking to capture critical infrastructure. High on their list is a telecommunications switching station north of the city. Unfortunately, the IW attack that sank the Walsh came through this switching station. If the NKA gets their hands on that information, they'll be able to justify their invasion and possibly force the world to allow them to hold the country. We need to get that information before they do.
The information warfare attacks that launched the missile that sank the Walsh came through Seoul. I wasn't able to trace them back any further than the switching station, and I don't even know for sure that they didn't originate there. It's entirely possible that South Korea has manipulated us into war by forcing the North to attack the U.S. I would just try and hack my way in, but this is a fat, secure data pipe, and damage caused by the fighting has already isolated most of the entry ports. You need to get in there and recover the data manually, then broadcast it out point to point so we can take a closer look.
CIA maintains several safe houses in Seoul to facilitate insertion of agents and recovery of possible defectors. Usually, they're set up to look like ordinary residences. I'm currently working out a plan to have you forward inserted into one of these safe houses before 2ID performs another major retrograde. Once you're in, our boys will retreat, and the NKA front will overrun and bypass your location, leaving you in the wake of the main force, but still in advance of the support troops. You'll have a small zone of comfort, and I would strongly advise you not to stray from your AO. You don't want to encounter a battalion-sized force.
The USS Ronald Reagan is ready to launch an EA-6B Prowler rigged with a point-to-point laser receiver rig. Your man will be given a special transmitter that will track the plane and transmit the data. This comm setup is 100% secure. Nothing is broadcast, so nothing can be intercepted. Never mind decrypted. Once your man is in position, we'll send in the plane and get the data. But this is still a highly risky operation. Whatever you're promising me better be worth it. These planes are worth $60 million, you know.
Welcome to the 3-block war, Fisher. The main advance is not sporadic fighting among units separated from the main force.
Whose side am I on here?
Your own. You're not a legal combatant. Anyone who sees you will attack on sight, friend or foe.
Listen, there aren't any alarms to worry about, but anyone you encounter will probably already be alert.
I'll be careful.
Fisher, critical update. I have other assets on the ground not far from your position.
Another Splinter cell?
Splinter cells in training. They're on a black bag on. The target was just relocated by NKA Special Forces.
So I need to bring in the target?
No. You need to interrogate one of those special forces to find out where they took him.
Okay.
Don't kill them before you talk to them or I'll pull you out.
Well, you were not looking very closely, were you?
Look!
Fine.
Is someone moving around out there? Who? I don't know who. That's why I'm worried. Nothing here but ghosts and shadows.
Stay quiet and you might live. Shut up. Lambert, I've got one.
Good job, Fisher. I'm gonna patch you through direct. Hold on.
Stay calm. This'll just take a sec.
Okay.
All right, Fisher. Go ahead.
I've got someone who wants to talk to you.
Roger. Ask him where they took John.
Where did you take John?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's not answering. Should I kill him?
Negative.
All right. They say I should kill you, so...
Wait, okay. John, we moved him to a cyber cafe just off the fish market by the river.
Is that what you needed to know, guys?
Affirmative. Thanks a lot, sir. We owe you one.
Welcome to the team. You want to tell me what's going on, Lambert?
Sorry, Fisher. You're getting too old for this kind of work.
Stop listening to Grit. If you go by her definition of old, you'd need to issue diapers with every set of goggles.
If I listen to you much longer, it'll be adult undergarments.
That was cool.
Damn it, man down! Out like a light.
Sam, a Predator drone just spotted a mobile command center in the area up ahead. See if you can tap it for intelligence.
You don't want me to take it out?
No, we could have done that with the Predator.
Boy, what the hell was that? Come on out! You cannot hide forever!
Good job, Sam. Inside line on the NKA's command network, we should be able to funnel useful intelligence to the regs.
Always happy to lend a hand.
Combine the life which is peaceful and eternal, united together forever.
Good job, Fisher. Taking down their psyops will make everyone happy.
Fisher, those are the main servers for the National Data Trunk. Every bit of data that moves through here gets tagged in transit.
Next. It's smaller than I thought.
And getting smaller every year. Listen, you need to recover the main drive so I can see if the attack that launched the missile came from somewhere else first. Good. Now get that drive up to the roof and we'll transmit it to the EA-6B.
Why can't you just read it from here?
It'll take too long to guarantee a secure link. And if the DPRK intercepts it...
Then this mission is a waste of time.
I need some backup!
I'll say, there's something strangely mesmerizing about anti-aircraft tracer fire lighting up.
Is someone moving around out there? Who? I don't know who. That's why I'm worried. That light should not be out. You're too suspicious. You can never be too suspicious.
Nice.
Next stop, top floor.
Once I transmit the data, I'm on to extraction?
That's the plan. If we can confirm the LZ is safe, we'll extract you directly from the rooftop.
And if it's not safe? Lambert, I'm in position.
Iron Man, this is Moondog. Begin transmission now. Weird. Did the laser trip that? Eject! We gotta dump this data!
Lambert, we have a problem.
Fisher, the plane went down before they converted the data. We need to get to the wreckage and make sure the North Koreans don't recover it.
NK regulars are setting up portable radar reconnaissance receivers. See if you can take them all out. Sam, it would be helpful if you could recover the technical specifications on these new North Korean UAVs.
You bet.
Good job, Sam. RF monitoring indicates at least 4 more P3Rs active in your AO.
You said we'd be safe up here.
We are safe up here.
What? The bomb just hit the building.
Oh, that. Well, we are not safe up all.
I see that.
Shit! What was that?
I thought I caught a glimpse of something.
Got a man down!
Next.
Sam, we have RF confirmation.
Give me a hand!
There are only 3 yards left in your area.
Sing?
Yeah, what is...
Huh? I found out what that beeping sound...
This is bad news! Take that, you son of a bitch! Lost him. He could come from anywhere. Are you just playing with me? I can take it!
Whoa, good grab, Sam. Looks like the complete technical specifications on North Korean UAVs.
So what, we can just switch them all off now?
Ha, no. But we can pass it up the chain and inside of a few months find ways to disable them.
Well, that's not much help to me then, is it?
I saw something there!
We have multiple reports of more active armor in your immediate AO.
Great.
He's taking shots!
Sweet Jesus, Fisher. What did you do?
It was an accident.
We don't have room for accidents. Watch your fire.
Cover me! Incoming fire! Damn it! What was that? Lost him. Damn, he's good. Shit! What was that? Ah! What is that?
One more P3R to go, Fisher.
I'm fine.
I seen
That's weird. Looks like we've got trouble. Get out here right now!
Our democratic...
The plane is too badly damaged to recover the data. You'll need to fall back and designate the target for an airstrike. Use the structure down the street for your platform.
Let me get the pilots to safety first.
We don't have a lot of time, Sam. An NKA recovery team is en route.
Are you ordering me to leave these guys here and call in an airstrike?
I'm telling you what the objective is. Trusting you to complete it. You have your orders.
Way to go, Sam. With those P3Rs out of commission, it'll be a lot safer to extract you.
Wow, you mean you're actually planning to get me out of here alive one day?
What's up with the hearts? Nothing.
God forgive me.
All right, Fisher. Have an F-117 inbound. Stand by.
Roger, target is painted.
Hello there, Paperboy. This is Postman. We have your glare. Stay on target.
Affirmative, Postman.
And there you go, Paperboy. The package is in the mail.
Firm visual on the package, Postman.
Have a better one. Postman out.
What do you mean the attack came from Japan? They're our allies.
Mr. President, these attacks represent the most sophisticated application of information warfare ever imagined. The missile launch came through Japan, yes, but it seems likely it was triggered by elements of a private security operation. Displace International.
Displace? That's Doug Shetland's outfit. We have contracts with them.
Who's Shetland?
Former Marine recon, among the very best. He was one of my top candidates for Third Echelon a few years ago. No love lost for the military or the United States. Rumor is that we hung him out to dry for political reasons over an incident that wasn't his fault. We can only speculate as to what his agenda is.
Well, how do we defuse the situation until we know?
Maybe the Chinese can help.
Gotcha.
Echelon tracked down Doug Shetland in Tokyo 6 hours ago. He's mobile and he's wireless. And from what we've managed to decrypt, it looks like he's about to wrap up his business with whoever his Japanese contacts are. From what we've managed to pick out of the air, it looks like he and his men are about to converge on a bathhouse in the middle of the city. We need to find out who Shetland is meeting with, and do everything we can to prevent him from closing his deal.
Clearly, the attack that crippled the Walsh and force-launched the missile from the battery went through Seoul, but it originated in Japan. Shetland has something to do with it, and my line into the displaced servers shows that he's definitely profiteering on this war. In order to shut down his operation and prevent any further escalation, we need to ID his business partners and make sure they don't leave there with any more of Zerkezi's weaponized algorithms.
Fisher, the bathhouse where this meeting is going down is a semi-public place. There will be civilians in there, and probably a boatload of goons. Shetland's men seem to be popping up all around Tokyo in the last hour or so, and converging simultaneously on the location. Frances Cohen has been in Asia for the last few months, and she's found some ties between the bathhouse ownership and a Japanese criminal organization known as the Red Nishan. It's possible that they are Shetland's partners. Fisher, I just got a request from Frances Cohen.
What does she need?
She's been trying to get a man inside the bathhouse for a long time to keep tabs on the Red Nishan. She wants to know if you can tap the phone lines in and around the building.
Francis? Of course I can. Next.
Good work, Fisher. That's the first phone line. See if you can tap into the rest.
It ain't supposed to do that, is it?
Not as far as I know.
6 weeks out of warranty, and bam, the thing starts screwing up.
Just a reminder, Sam. You'll have some civilians in the bathhouse. Do not, I repeat, do not kill any of them.
I'll be careful.
Be more than careful. Be Gandhi.
Yes, sir.
Central, this is 7.
Let's do this the easy way. Give me a small piece of useful intelligence, and in return, I won't kill you.
That sounds more than fair. What can I tell you?
How many men you have here?
Oh, actually, I have no idea. Shetland organized us like a flash mob. We were scattered all around Tokyo. The call came, we all showed up with our own part of the plan.
Interesting.
Damn it! I was just supposed to come and back down and put the gun down.
Fisher, those guys don't look Japanese to me.
Yeah, expensive suits cut wide in the shoulders. They're packaged. Let's do this the easy way. Give me a small piece of useful intelligence, and in return, I won't kill you.
That sounds more than fair. What can I tell you?
How many men you have here?
Oh, actually, I have no idea. Shetland organized us like a flash mob. We were scattered all around Tokyo. The call came, we all showed up with our own part of the plan.
Interesting.
I was just supposed to come and secure this basement. I didn't even know there would be others here. Never mind how many.
Fisher, those guys don't look Japanese to me.
Yeah, expensive suits cut wide in the shoulders. They're packing for sure.
Exactly. I make them for displays, trying to keep a low profile.
Makes sense.
Stand back, I'm going in!
It's necessary.
What was that sound?
Fisher, in order to figure out who Shetland is meeting with,
looks
you
like
need
we've
to
got
head up
trouble.
into the private office. Check upstairs to the north of your position and past reception.
On my way.
What the?
You know what I'm after.
Probably Shetland. Everyone else seems to be.
Where is he?
He's meeting someone in the private baths at the back. Not sure who. Not exactly sure when. But soon.
What's his escape plan if something were to go wrong?
I don't know. But I'd bet on helicopter extraction from the roof.
Got it. Shetland's meeting in the private baths in the back of the bathhouse in a little while.
Who's he meeting?
Red Nishin from the looks of it. Cohen was right. The bathhouse owner is pretty high up in the Japanese mob.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like Shetland's style.
Well, unless you find something to the contrary, it looks like a solid lead to me.
I'll keep sniffing it, my lady.
What is that? Get out here, right now! We've got a man down. Stupid damn thing is broken. Damn it! What was that? It's getting... What's wrong with the lights? Damn it! What's wrong with this?
Sam, satellite just picked up a squad of I-SDF assault troops moving on the
There's
bathhouse.
nothing.
Maybe Red Mission has
Look,
sold Shetland out
let's
to the
just
authorities.
forget it happened.
Should I just let I-SDF handle it?
We still need to eavesdrop on Shetland's meeting. Find out what he's up to before the I-SDF tries to take him down.
I don't like this at all.
There.
Way to go, Sam. Cohen says there's one more phone line she'd like you to tap.
That noise. What happened to the lights?
Zachary.
Yes, sir.
I just double-checked the logs. Turns out there's a vent that comes out in the meeting room. I-SDF makes me nervous.
That time I'm sure I heard something. Yep. Be on your guard. Something's up. Hopefully just another false alarm. But there's no such thing as being too careful.
Lambert, I-SDF is in the building. Are they making their move?
It's all clear.
I haven't been able to contact Otomo. I don't know what's going on.
Wait a minute.
Yes, this will do just fine.
I told you I've taken care of everything. We're secure.
Jesus, Lambert. I-SDF isn't here to take Shetland down. They're meeting with him. They're his partners.
My God. Stay there. We need to hear the details before we go to the Joint Chiefs with this.
Did not bring them? We're not going to follow you across Tokyo.
Relax, Kinnaid. I'll just download them and burn you a disk.
Ha! You take me for a fool. You are not stupid enough to download them over a public network. What are you up to?
I said relax. You're right. I'm not that stupid. My men just finished setting up a shadow net. Completely secure wireless, discreet from the web. Now sit. You'll have your algorithms in about 4 minutes. Call it!
Lambert.
Let it go, Fisher. We know the truth. We'll pick up the pieces after the dust settles.
Save it, Kinnaid. I've seen it before. You're defending your honor to cover up your lies. Should I check the account, or should we start shooting and see who walks out of here?
Kaneda! Tetsuo! No, no, no! Please! We can work this out!
We're switching the fallback.
The chopper's on its way.
Good. Secure this area. No one comes through.
Yes, sir.
Fisher?
Kill Shetland. I know.
Good thinking, Fisher. Looks like Shetland is using Zerkasi's infinite recursion code to run genetic algorithms that allow him to remotely organize his men.
Why?
Wow. DOD is gonna love this. Looks like Shetland can establish objectives, and the software is breaking down individual tasks and mail them out to his men.
Take him down! Complete the sub-objectives without ever knowing.
His last dagger.
He's reloading! What? Give me cover! Make him suffer! Incoming fire! Cover me!
We'll find him. Don't you worry about that. Unless he finds us first.
What was that? I think I saw it.
This is pointless, Sam. You won't know what to do if you catch me. Why bother chasing?
My God, Fisher! Shetland has rigged the place to blow. There are bombs hidden in the furnace room. You'll have to find them all, and fast.
Mason and Lambert have you wrapped around their fingers, Fisher. You know more to them than any other weapon. You've made yourself the instrument of a policy you don't believe in, Sam. Walk away.
All clear.
Blood is thicker than water, and you and I have bled a lot together. You're trading your honor for their agenda. Doesn't have to end like this, Sam.
No, but it does have to end.
On that we agree. We've been fighting their dirty little wars our entire lives, and where do we end up? Staring at each other down the barrels of our guns. Nothing has changed, Fisher. And it won't change by degrees. We have to tear it down and start over. It's the only way.
Your own little chaos theory, throw the world into war and hope that what comes out the other side is better.
It will be better. Because this war will change things, Sam. Every other war has been about keeping things the same, but the status quo doesn't work anymore. America's sick, Sam. She's dying. The politicians, the bureaucrats, the whispered backroom deals, it's all life support for a sick old lady who was dead a long time ago.
The only backroom deals that I've seen lately were made by you. You're a murderer and a war criminal.
Those are the only names the state has for the revolutionaries, Sam. You only become a hero after the war is over. You know the truth. The world is built from the bottom up, not the other way around. Honor, courage, fidelity. We don't inherit these things from the world, Sam. We build the world from them. I know you. You believe in these things more than any government. And I know that because of it, you wouldn't shoot an old friend.
You're right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend.
Events today jeopardized diplomatic efforts when North Korean armor encountered a so-called self-healing minefield while attempting to withdraw from the area.
North Korean forces were adequately cautioned that self-healing minefields along the DMZ should not be considered cleared obstacles. We're back at the brink of war, and now we find out it is the Japanese?
The Japanese are allies.
I don't care if they're the Christmas elves. They sank the Walsh.
We don't know that their government was involved.
We know Admiral Otomo was involved, and we know where the gentleman is. We have to go in now, immediately.
The fact is, we don't know how far the conspiracy goes. If Otomo's actions are sanctioned by the Japanese government, then the only solution is military. But if he's acting alone...
Your man again?
He's already in position.
Send him in.
The State Department has lost contact with all of the U.S. officers who work at the Kokubo Sosho with the Japanese Self-Defense Force. It looks like the SDF have taken them prisoner, and they're refusing to answer our calls. In typical fashion, the Japanese are circling their wagons. Either they're afraid to admit they've lost control of Otomo, or they're actually sanctioning him. If that's the case, we'll have to come clean with North Korea, which will spark a massive war in Asia. If not, we need to find out what our officers know, and figure out what to do about Otomo before North Korea finds out what's going on.
Sam, even if the Japanese government is not sanctioning him, Otomo still clearly has the capacity to strike. If he's still in control of the information arm of the SDF, you'll need to deal with him very carefully. There's no telling what kind of havoc he could unleash.
Last contact we had with any U.S. personnel in the Kokubo Sosho was a fragment of a phone call from Major Harper, a logistics advisor to GSDF. From the sounds of the call, the room he was in was raided by Japanese troops and he was taken prisoner. It doesn't sound like anyone has been killed, and if there's any hope of maintaining peaceful relations with the Japanese, you're going to have to keep it that way.
Fisher, I can't stress this enough. If one Japanese soldier dies, we risk World War III. Any fatalities and I abort the mission immediately.
I understand.
Locate our officers and find out what the hell is going on.
I'll find them.
Don't look at me! Where someone's been up to something. That time I'm sure I saw something. Yet no such thing as being too careful. Come on out! You cannot hide forever! What's going? This is not good.
Working? Are you kidding? This job is a joke.
You're here to defend.
Defend the Kokubo Shosho? Right. That's like defending the CIA building or something.
What do you mean? Damn, lost contact.
Nice building. I'm gonna suggest they hire your designer to do some work on the Pentagon.
What do you want?
A news update. What's happening here tonight?
I know nothing.
You probably know more than you think. Just talk.
Some men have been moved around, guarding inside.
Mr. John,
Captain was here earlier getting volunteers. Not sure what for.
Personnel, log in and out with your warrant officer after hours.
You stay in this room and keep quiet.
We didn't say anything.
Keep it that way. I have orders not to shoot you, but I have orders not to let you escape. Let's not find out which order is more important.
We're not soldiers. We're just desk jockeys. We're perfectly comfortable here.
And no going to the bathroom!
Okay, fine. We can hold it. We'll be right here.
Yes, you will.
Who broke the rights?
All right, guys, what's going on here?
Thank God, an American, ready to go when you are.
Slow down, I'm not your babysitter. Tell me what you know and maybe somebody will come get you later.
Well, SDF rounded up all the U.S. personnel and locked us up. We saw some generals and ministers being brought in earlier.
Where did they go?
Into the war room in the sub-level.
Doors to the lower levels are sealed.
A captain was just up here looking for combat-ready volunteers to go down there. Maybe the doors are open now.
Thanks for the tip.
Sam, we need to record everything that happens in that meeting so we can present it to the Joint Chiefs.
It would speed things up if you'd let me remove some of the threats.
Forget it, Fisher. Until we know who the enemy is, there is no enemy. No enemy means no kill. Deal.
Fisher, from the looks of it, these guards are LTL equipped.
Less than lethal. Why?
There's only one reason I can think of that they'd issue them to combat troops. They'll want to interrogate anyone they catch.
Well, I'm not the talkative type.
What is that?
Spotted on the camera!
I saw something there.
It looks like he's starting to regain consciousness. Good. The Colonel would like to talk to you. Again. Come on, American. Talk. How did you get in here? You'll need to tell me something before I can begin to negotiate on your behalf. Sergeant. Give him a little extra, Sergeant. Yes, sir! Come on, American. Make it easy on yourself. You do not want to know the other option. I do not think he is going to talk, sir. I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. Dismissed. Yes, sir.
Give me
Yes, this will make you talk.
Agreed. Bad news, Colonel.
How did you get free?
Listen, I'm not feeling too good right now. Under any other circumstance, I'd jump at the chance to cut you a second smile.
Please, don't kill me, American.
I have orders not to, but I can still hurt you pretty bad if I feel like it. How many more men do you have down here?
I didn't call any more reinforcements. The captain needed more men downstairs. No one was expecting you.
So it's just your buddy outside the door.
Yes!
Come in, Fisher. Come in.
I'm okay, Lambert. Non-lethal round. They were planning on interrogating me.
They couldn't have had time to. You were only gone for a couple of minutes.
Good. Where were we?
Well, the whole facility is on alert. Are you sure you're okay to continue the mission?
Now that you mention it, maybe I could use a week on the beach instead.
You'll have it, as soon as we find out what's happening in the war room.
I'm on my way.
Spectacles was found in the fourth floor men's washroom. You may retrieve them from the front security desk.
Not good. Let's just stay calm. Hurry! I don't like this at all.
Reminder, no memos are released without approval from Warrant Officer Yamata.
That looks to be down by the underground access way.
Scanning. In progress. Identification completed.
Nice toy. What kind of ammo does it use?
How about you let me go, and I'll show you.
Don't get smart.
Okay. It's some kind of shock round. Electric.
Interesting.
What is going on?
I can see someone on the camera. Located by the server room. Intruder alert! I can see someone.
Tight security you have down here.
Not tight enough, apparently.
Tell me something that'll help me get around down here more easily.
Okay. We recently set up some IR cameras.
Is that
Looks
so?
like we have
Anything
an
else?
intruder.
I am not sure
Located
what
by
kind
the
of
server
security
room.
they may have down in the lower sublevels, though.
Starting identification.
When did this?
Intruder spotted on the camera. Located by the server room. We've got someone in here.
We just downloaded the orders for the
Located by
I-SDF
the
strike team
server
that went
room.
after Shetland. This confirms Otomo's involvement, but we still need to discover if his actions are sanctioned by the government. The isolated room in the center of the corridors is the war room, Sam. You'll need to find a way to record their meeting.
When was that? Intruder spotted on the cameras.
Sam, you should be able to laser mic the war room from the vent overlooking it.
The line is secure. Yes, we're ready to connect. I can patch him through. Yes. Sir, here's Admiral Otomo.
Admiral, what is the meaning of this?
You will repeal the post-war constitution. You will order the immediate remilitarization of Japan and return control of our nation to the order of the Emperor. The United States will support this act politically and militarily to release themselves from further financial and military obligations, thereby concluding our relationship in Asia.
This is impossible. Even if we repeal the Constitution, the Emperor would never.
The Emperor will do what the military tells him! I am not an unreasonable man. These efforts will take time. I have faith in your honor and prudence. So I give you 96 hours.
96? The people will never allow it.
If in 4 days these demands are not met, I will initiate the launch of a North Korean ballistic missile and sacrifice a Japanese city of my choosing. Regrettably, this will kill millions. But it will steal the will of the people if your peers cannot. For the sake of your honor, and for the sake of Japan, I plead with you, do not force my hand in this matter.
What are our options? 72 hours. How do we contact the Emperor?
Otomo is going to force-launch North Korean ballistic missiles at Japan. We need to destroy his servers in the command center at the bottom of the elevator.
Intruder alert! Located by the war room.
Fisher, the Joint Chiefs need Otomo alive at any cost. Fifth Freedom with everyone but him. Your non-lethal parameter is lifted.
Fools! They're sending another assault team! Cut the power to the elevators!
Fisher, North Korea just contacted NORAD and the President. They report that they've lost control of a launch facility. They can't abort, and they're not sure that they can destroy the missile on time.
How long?
They say 3 minutes until it's away.
I think I can reach the server in time.
Hurry up!
Where's Otomo?
Secured in his office. You'll never get to him.
Fine. Where's his server?
In there. But it's too late. He's initiated the launch.
There's no way to stop it.
Not without destroying the servers.
I don't have a problem with that.
Done. Now get to Otomo.
done, American.
Give it up, Admiral. It's over.
You think that I will surrender to you? You think that I will allow your people to strip me of my dignity? Throw me in chains? No, I think not. My people have endured your charming oppression for more than 60 years.
You say tomato.
Americans, always turning to their jokes when their hearts are full of fear. And you should be afraid. I may be defeated, but I am a man, and ideas are stronger than men. You may even prevent this war, American, but the dragon has awoken, and he will not be so easily sedated this time.
Otomo just tried to commit seppuku. Get in there and stabilize him fast. Good work, Fisher. He's stable, but we still have to get him out of there. You're going to have to blast your way out.
We're over 100 feet underwater.
You're not pressurized, Fisher. It will be a shock, but you won't get the bends.
Next time, you're going on the mission and I'm making up the crazy plan.
Admiral Otomo, former head of the Japanese Information Self-Defense Force, made a surprise confession today on the witness stand at the Hague War Crimes trial. Otomo openly admitted conspiring to instigate war between the Koreas and the United States, claiming that In other news, China's ambassador to the United States, Long Dan, received the Nobel Peace Prize today for his efforts in defusing the Korean conflict. President Bowers today addressed the nation following the crisis that brought us to the brink of war.
Finally, I want to take a moment to thank those unsung heroes in the intelligence community who may very well have saved our nation and the world from certain disasters.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The boss seems happy. How about that raise?
They're cutting us back. You'll have to settle for a vacation.
Yeah, right.